Hey guys, so I was trying to edit a video, and it was a video that I did on some new brushes that I got and a new palette. And I've been trying to edit this video for literally like a week or two. That's literally how long it's taken me, and it is just not wanting to cooperate because something happened while I was recording the video that it like shut off on me. My phone did, and it does this from time to time when I'm doing stuff. It'll just like shut off, and then I have to wait for it to, come back on. So I don't know if it's my phone, like if it gets overheated or what's the deal. I don't know. But anyway, so I had an issue with it that day, but then it was like I had to download what I did record, and so I don't know if it was a corrupt file or what. But anyway, there was just no editing that video. As sad as I was, because I was actually pretty proud of the look I created in that video. But anyway, here we are. I purchased some brushes from Sigma. I didn't need a ton of brushes, but I wanted some good quality brushes. I needed some good blending brushes. I felt like some of my blending brushes were too big for my eye, and I needed something smaller to help, blend. Since I have hooded eyes, it just, with a smaller applicator, it would probably be better. So I did purchase a 7-piece brush set. I don't remember the name. I threw the packaging away. Like I had it in that video, but I don't anymore. And these brushes were brand new in that video, but they're not anymore because I've used them. So there's that. But this is a 7-piece brush set. I think it might have been called the Essentials brush set. I can't remember. Okay, what I purchased was the Best of Sigma brush set. They gave me this little thing that came in the box with it, and so it just kind of tells you a little bit more about Sigma and the brushes that they offer. So the one that I got was the Best of Sigma brush set. So like I said, these aren't brand new. I've used them. You may have even possibly seen them in a video because I just couldn't wait any longer. So this is the F80 flat kabuki brush, and this I had used for foundation. I really like this brush. I feel like it's weighted, and it's good heavy weight. I purchased this one. Got a little hair on there. Like this came from Amazon in a brush set. So these are kind of similar. They're not exact, but they're similar. And like I can just tell there's more brushes and more bristles in this brush than this one. Like it's not packed as dense. So there's going to be a better application from this one. What I actually like to use this for is blush because it's not so packed so tightly. However, it could be used as a kabuki foundation brush. So this doesn't have, it just has the brand name Matto, M-A-T-T-O. So that's the closest one in my collection that I have that looks like it. So just to compare, yes, this was cheaper, but I can tell that there was quality in this, is what I'm trying to say. So moving on. The next brush that I got was this one. It is the F64 Soft Blend Concealer Brush. I love this brush. This is probably my new favorite. This is the one I use on a daily basis, and it's time to wash it. But I'm letting my brushes get dirty so that I can do a video showing you how I clean my brushes. So that's why I'm kind of holding off on cleaning. I'm waiting to let some more get dirty. But this is just a really good brush to get in there and really blend out my concealer. I can even get in the corner and blend, but I can do it all the way down, and I'll even blend out the concealer that I highlight the center of my face with this. So I'm really enjoying this brush, and it just is really, it's a good brush. I just love it. However, I can also use this brush for powder. So if I want to set my under eyes, I can pack on the powder with it. Like I have this L'Oreal, not L'Oreal, I have this Rimmel Stay Matte that's sitting right here. So I could just put a little powder on there, and then I could pack it underneath my eye really nicely and get it right up underneath there. you know, so if I'm wanting to brighten underneath my eye, this will be a good brush for that. Something happened over here. It looks like I got socked in the eye. I must have not blended that well this morning. We'll fix it right now. That's another thing I love this brush for, is like after I've used it and I've done my makeup and, you know, I'm looking at it, the finishing touches or whatever, if I have something like that that I need to clean up, this is like my magic eraser. This is just easy to do. So yeah, I like it for that too. But that cleaned up that edge over there pretty well. But it's good for any kind of powder. It doesn't have to be this particular powder. I just had this setting here and that's why I picked it up. So I really love this one. So I use it for, you know, liquid and powder products. Then I got this one. It's the Precision Flat Angled Brush. You can see what a sharp angle it has on there. And what I love for this, I have actually used it for a couple different things. One of the things was it was like a darker lipstick, I think. I can't remember exactly. But I needed to clean up because I got out of the line just a little bit, and I was able to clean up really precisely with this one. And then also, this is good for the inner corner, just to kind of blend out, or even to blend out right through here. So I end up grabbing this one more to blend my concealer, but this is also good for precision work. So this was really good to clean up around my for fixing my lipstick. So I don't have to like completely redo all the foundation around it. I could just correct it. Or even when I carve out my eyebrows, I like to use this. I'll even turn it with the longest part of the bristles and kind of like, you know, just use that to carve around my eyebrow there so that it's as precise as possible. So that's just my preference, and that's what I use that for. So it has definitely gotten use, and I like it a lot. I don't have anything comparable to that or the last one in my collection, so those are kind of new, but I can definitely tell that these were quality brushes and they're amazing. The next brush, I have been picking this one up non-stop. This is like my new BFF. This is the E38 Diffuse Crease Brush. So this, you guys know, I absolutely love this brush. This has been my fluffy blending brush. Excuse my neighbors, they're heathens and they don't know how to act. This is my favorite fluffy blending brush, and I like to, you know, fluff the crease color through there, but it's just a little too big sometimes, and it can kind of muddy my color. So this has been really nice. It's smaller. Let me show you together. I should have done that. You can see just the size difference next to each other. There's, you know, side by side. There is definitely a difference. And I've been using this a lot for my crease colors, and I feel like I'm getting more definition in my crease using this brush. So I really, really enjoy it, and I try to pick out a few in my collection that this is like. So this is kind of similar. This is the E3 from Bling Brushes. It's sort of similar in shape and size. So I didn't used to reach for this very much, but I have found myself here recently reaching for it a little bit more. If I need like a second brush, if I need two different colors and I'm blending together, I'll reach for this one. I had this in my collection. This is a Morphe brush. This is the Morphe E17. It's not exact. It's about the same as far as like size, but it's not an exact dupe. So it is similar, but I can definitely tell that these bristles are different. They're different. They're packed in there differently. There is a difference. I know it's hard to describe it, but there is a difference. So I do reach for this some, but not nearly enough. I should have used it before. But I do just, it's a little bit more rounded. It's actually a little bit smaller, so it's not as long to really get in the deepest crease. And that makes a difference. You think that's just a little bit of, but it does make a difference. This is another one of those brushes that I got from that Amazon brush set, and I will link this down below because this is a really good brush set, and it wasn't very expensive at all. If it was, I wouldn't have bought it. But this has been a very good brush set, and I'm truly loving it. It's the Matto. But these, I think, are the closest in my collection to being similar. And again, this one's packed a little bit more densely than this one. However, they're very similar in shape and size. So I think I could probably get a similar look from both. So that's why I chose to show that one. Of course, it's clean since the last time I used it. Since the last time I washed it, I have not used it. So at least I have brushes that I can reach for, you know. And this was another one I just wanted to show you. I got this just recently in a BoxyCharm. It is smaller for sure, but it's about the same as far as the length of the bristles, but definitely does not have as many bristles in there, but it could still be used for blending. It's very soft. The bristles are very, very soft, but definitely not packed as tightly. So I feel like your product would kind of, you would need a little bit more, like you'd have to dip in a few more times with this brush, but also it might be dispersed a little differently because these are more densely packed. So this, because they are more loosely packed, it's gonna, maybe your product's gonna be dispersed a little bit more, kind of, if that makes any sense. And with the density, it's making it, you know, go on there precisely. I don't know how I'm trying to say what I say, but I know what I mean. So yeah, this has been a new favorite of mine, so I'll stop rambling about it now. Another brush that I got that I have been using a lot is this one. It is the E57 Firm Shader Brush. I don't have one like this in my collection. I mean, I've got some shader brushes, but they're different. They're not as small as that one. This one is a shader brush, but it's a little bit more, has a finer point to it. You know, so it's pretty unique to my collection, and I've reached for it quite a bit to pack on the color here on this front part of the lid, the inner corner, so to speak, not this inner corner, but just the inner corner part of the lid. And I really, really enjoy this brush, and it's really good because it is packed so densely. Like this one's really, really dense, and it's really good to put on that color here in the front. So I really enjoy this brush. This is a good one too. This brush, another new favorite. This is the E34 Domed Utility Brush. This I use when I put on that color on the outer corner. You know, sometimes I was using like, well, I still do. I use like an angled brush. This is again from that Matto set. So I'll use the angled brush. So I'll put on that color, and then if I want to like deepen it up and make it a little bit more precise, I'll go in with this small brush, and then I'll pack on a little bit deeper of a color and kind of give more definition and dimension. So I really enjoy this brush quite a bit. I don't think I have anything exactly like it. I do have this one. It's definitely not packed as tight, for sure, and it doesn't have as firm of a point, I guess. So it's similar. It's the Morphe E18. I do have the smaller one. This is the Morphe E36 brush. It's not exactly the same, but it would do something similar to what I'm talking about. But I also like this once I put on my crease color with the E38 from Sigma. Once I blend in that crease color, if I want to deepen it up, I can also use this and deepen up that crease because it's going to be more precise. So I like to use those brushes together. And then this brush is, if there was one brush that I think everybody needs in their collection, it would be this one. This is the Sigma E21. It's the smudge brush, and I love this brush. I have brushes like this, and this is the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH42 brush. So I'll hold these up together so you can see. They were going for a similar vibe with that. The Morphe and Jaclyn Hill is definitely larger, but it's definitely a similar thing there. And then also this is just the regular Morphe, which is a lot more similar. It's the Morphe E213. I'm sorry, M213. So those are very, very similar. And this one just has product on it, so that's why it looks lighter. I think it does have lighter bristles too, though. It has like some brown bristles. But anyway, these are very, very similar. However, if I turn them to the side, you can see like how I'll hold them in front of my face maybe. Like this is much flatter and this one has a lot more bristles in it. And so that to me is easier to smudge with more bristles. So that Matto set that I keep talking about doesn't have one like this. It does have a brush that I do like to smudge with, which is just like a round smudger brush. So it's more rounded, of course. This can even be somewhat used to do what this brush does in some ways. Oh wait, I forgot about this one. This is from that Matto set, so it's not exactly the same. There are longer bristles and they're not packed as densely, but it would be definitely similar. So I'll link the Matto set because Sigma brushes are expensive and I'm not trying to act like they're not. They are super expensive, sorry. They are super expensive, and so I'm not trying to act like that they're so affordable and everybody needs them. So I keep talking about that Matto brush set, so I'm going to show you what came in it. I was trying to make sure I grabbed them all. So I've showed you a lot of these smaller ones already, but I'm going to go ahead and show you again. I've not showed you this one yet. This could be like to pack on that front color. So that would be something similar to this from Sigma. Of course, it's longer, but still it can be used. This is the Sigma E57, and this would be something similar. Then I have the smaller one, like the baby one to that, which would be like the smudger brush that I showed you, this smudger here. So then I also have a blending brush, which was very, very comparable to the Sigma blending brush, very, very comparable. And then I don't have one from Sigma like this, but this is one of those angled brushes, and you guys know I love an angled brush to do that outer corner. So those are almost a must in my opinion for all for all collections, if I can talk. Then this is the smudger brush we talked about. I actually used this today to smudge this bottom lash line out, and I really like this. It's very precise. This one is super densely packed, so I really like this one. They also have in this collection a liner brush, which I find super, super important because number one, you can use it for your liner here. You can do the top liner if you're going to do eyeshadow for liner. It's very precise. I don't know if you can see just the precision of it, but it's super, super precise. But one other thing it can also be used for is if you use a pomade for your eyebrows. I'm not going to stick this in my eyebrow because it has brown, purple eyeshadow on it, and I don't want purple in my eyebrows. But if you use a pomade, you can also use this. Even though it doesn't have a spoolie on it, you can still use this for the pomade, and then you'd have to have a spoolie, but you'd have this. A lot, if you're gonna do a pomade, I would suggest having a brow pencil anyway for precision, extra precision, and most brow pencils do have a spoolie. So just wanted to let you know that. And the very last brush is this one. It's a very tiny, tiny brush. This would be a liner brush. This would be for super, super precision work. I don't know that I've ever used this. I'll be honest with you. I don't do graphic liner or anything like that. I'm not super artistic with my makeup, so I don't use this very much, but it would come in super handy when I do need something super precise and small. It would get those little tiny, you know, whatever I need. And then these three larger brushes, we already spoke about this one. This would be like a kabuki foundation brush, or like I use it for blush. So that's another thing. I like a brush like this for blush. That way I can dip in like once or twice. I have plenty because it's so dense. I have plenty on there, and then I can do both cheeks basically. So I just like a brush like that. Then I also have this, which could be an old school foundation brush. I do remember Mary Kay having a brush similar to this for foundation, and people used to use these for foundation, so you could definitely do that. I've also used it to dip into powder and set that under eye. So that would be something kind of comparable to the one for the concealer. It's not exact by any means, but it would be something that you could do that with. And then probably my favorite brush in this collection is this one, because it is huge and I just love it. I love a huge buffing brush, basically. So I use this for powder. I've used it for bronzer. I've used it for so many different things. But I do absolutely love this brush. It's probably one of the like biggest brushes I have in my collection. I find myself going for this blinged brushes, F1 all the time, but I mean, look, it's even bigger than that. So it is like flared out that way and a little bit smaller this way, but still, I mean, like, I love this brush. It's one of my favorites by far and wide. So, to me, it was worth it just for this. But I love to do like my bronzer. So it's not, I don't like to contour. I just don't feel like I'm very good at it, I'll be honest with you. But if I'm doing bronzer and I do it like this, I feel like it's distributing my product really well and it's getting in there really well. So I like to do that, or even just setting my whole face with this is wonderful. So I'll link that brush set down below too. I've had that for quite some time, as long as they still sell it, of course. I will link that down below and show you just how cost effective that is. Of course, I'll link the Sigma brushes down below too. But I know not everybody wants to spend that amount of money. And sometimes I look back and I'm like, Whitney, why did you do that? Why did you spend that money on the brushes when you have all these brushes? And I just wanted some good brushes. That's about all I can say. I just wanted some good brushes. So. The other thing that I purchased from Sigma was this. This is the Sigma Untamed palette. And it had an outer carton, but I threw that away as well. But this is so beautiful. The outer carton looked just like this, actually. But it has like a raised animal print, and so that this animal print is felt. It feels really neat. But then on the back, it shows you like a preview of your shadows. And then on the inside, you have this, which is the cover for the shadows, which is really nice and heavy, and I kept, which I usually throw away a bunch of mine, but I kept it. And then you have all these shades, and I have dipped in, so they're not brand new, but they're such beautiful shades, and I thought they would be such a beautiful palette for fall. And I did use basically these 6 and this one. Okay, maybe these 6. I don't think I used that one, but I used these 6 in the last look that I did. So I tried to use as many as I could, just, you know, for that video is what I'm saying. So it was a really good, I got to touch on a lot of the colors. And they're great quality. I'm not wearing them today. This is not the Sigma on my eyes, I just want to say. But look at these, like this mustard yellow. How beautiful is that? And this like deep hunter green, and then the shimmers. Oh my gosh. Oh, they're just gorgeous. But they are, and they're just incredible. So I think that this was a good investment. I never had a Sigma palette before, so I didn't really know about the quality of their shadows, but I found myself very impressed. And something I love is that they have this like matte cream shade, which you guys know I love because I like to blend across my eye. And then they also have this dark black. They have the black shade, so you can use that for liner. You can deepen your outer corner. I mean, there's so much you can do with that. But also in all of their palettes that I know of, they have the Sigma brushes, and these are the actual brushes that I just showed you. So you get an actual brush from Sigma, and it's a dual-ended brush. So you're getting 2 brushes in one, and it's not just one of those like brushes, kind of cheap brushes that you want to just throw away. It's actually one of the brushes. So this is the actual same brush. It's the E38 diffused crease brush. So I have two of these. One's in the palette and one's the one that I bought. Now this one I don't have a second of. This is the E54 medium sweeper. It is a similar brush, not exact, but it is similar to the E57 firm shader brush, but it is not the same. So this one's longer, not as dense, but still similar. So you get both of those. You get both of those in a palette when you purchase. And they're just absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous shades. I was going to say I'd insert swatches, but I think that file was corrupt too, so I guess I need to do new swatches. Of course, you know. So I'll do new swatches and I'll insert that here. Trying to do a little bit better on my swatches, guys. I know that I'm not the best at it. And show you how beautiful those are. They are absolutely gorgeous, and I just think that this palette is so worth your money if you so choose to spend it on there. If you're looking for a good fall palette, this would be a good one, but there are also cheaper ones out there too. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know I'm not doing an eyeshadow look with this palette. I will in the future use it in a video, I promise. I just don't have the time to do it today. I apologize. But I wanted to show you my brushes because I had talked about them in other videos. I think I said, you know, something about I have new brushes, you'll see them or something like that. I don't remember if I did or not. I'll be honest with you. I feel like I did. But anyway, so I wanted to show you what I got from Sigma and just kind of, you know, share this with you. And I promise this will be used soon. Just not in today's video because I just don't have the time to create a look today. But at least you'll get to see swatches and you'll get to see what the colors look like. And, you know, you can kind of, you know, make an opinion on it that way. But again, this on my eyes is not the Sigma palette because I did not plan to redo this video today. I was hoping to have that other video edited. It just didn't happen. So sorry about that. But hopefully, you know, maybe something will work out. But again, I'll use it in another video, I promise. Promise. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you so very much. I really mean that. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye guys.